want to show you guys like my keeper. 1 second. Okay, so guys, there's a keeper female there. She's actually the smallest in the litter. Most people don't keep the runts. I don't consider her a runt. She's just a more petite dog, and kind of the direction we're trying to head with what we have, since we have our boy Messiah here. You know, so obviously this is a pup from Ivor, so it has nothing to do with Messiah, even if we double side a litter, but it's a male pup. So yeah, that's our keeper female, most compact in the litter. You see her length from back to tail. Really impressive female, and she has a structure, you know, like the Roxy structure that we saw with Mufasa. So I hope she holds on to it. Yeah, so that's the keeper female there, guys. Don't mind the ears, guys, don't mind the ears. We're going to be cropping that. In the US by now the ears would have already been cropped, but you know, if our vets here, you know, they want to wait until like at least 11 to 13 weeks, you know, to do that, so that's fine. Yeah, so but you all will be getting some updates on her. If you guys have any ideas of a name, then feel free to comment. I haven't given her a name as yet. And I'll be keeping her clone brother as well. He eventually will be the replacement for Ivor, you know, when he gets older. I mean, it's not now, you know what I mean, because Ivor is producing and whatnot, but eventually when we better the kennel, getting it stronger, by the time he's about 2 years, you know, that's the time I might want to retire Ivor. Ivor would probably be about 4 years then, 4.5 years then, well, about 4 years, you know. So yeah, I have to be thinking ahead, guys. Sometimes it's sad, but you have to, if you're going to be going into breeding as well, you have to be able to make those decisions, you know. But the good thing with me is that I get good homes for my pups. I'm in a small island, so I actually could go visit my dogs anytime. Yeah, and most of my clients call me back anyways for any information, dewormer, all of these things, you know. So I'm always in contact, even with people who purchase dogs from me. So we ensure that we get quality and we have a good survival rate. Keeper female, guys. Okay, BKC, wanted to show you one more. This is a female that we know for certain is of Messiah. And like I mentioned, she could be a keeper as well. I'm considering keeping her. I think in the last video I said she was sold, but the guy didn't come through. That actually was one of the clients from overseas. I wasn't able to get the shipping done, you know, so it was just too much. It wasn't a trust issue, it's just that it was the weight and the size, you know, because I had to be honest. I was like, hey, but by the time 4 months, these dogs are not gonna be 20 pounds, my brother. They're gonna be almost 50 pounds by that time, you know, 40 pounds, 50 pounds at that time. You know, I've had dogs before, you guys seen my videos before, so you can't expect that. As a puppy with a beautiful back, nice compact dog as well. And the coat, I mean, it's not black, it's not even blue, it's like seal. You can see some brown in there. You see those black foot pads and the black nose. Tells us that she holds chocolate as well, which is why I'm considering keeping her. Most likely I'll keep her. Like I mentioned, if nobody comes full price for her, I'm gonna keep her. It makes no sense, guys. Like, for breeders out there, it makes no sense lowering your rate, especially on a dog that could potentially boost your kennel up. It's better you keep it, especially if it's a female. It's better you keep it as compared to like selling it for less, because somebody else gonna take that dog and do stuff with that dog and you're gonna regret later. So again, her price is at 3,500 EC. We don't get that price for her, then, you know, I mean, you could contact me and we can deal, but you know, I mean, that's what we're aiming for. If not, I'm gonna keep her. And actually I look at her today and I feel like maybe I might just decide to keep her. Yeah. So if you guys can think of a name for her as well for me, she's special coat color, you know, so if you can think of a name for her, comment that on the bottom. Okay guys, so I'm gonna show you the male keeper that we have planning for the future. Don't move your head in that. He, along with the other male puppy, I'm not really gonna show I'll show him real quick. But the other male puppy, we have like kind of a lot of people checking on him right now because he's the only male available. So you know, it just depends on who comes first. But yeah, I didn't really want to show him because there are so many people, you know, and I'll show him. But that's the boy who's going to be replacing Ivor in the future. So we're going to be keeping him as well. So potentially two pups for sure, 3 pups. Like I said, that's my best work so far. So I have no choice but to keep from here. Look at the size of that boy. He's eating a lot too, just like his father, but I hope he doesn't have a low metabolism like his father, you know, so I'll watch him. Yeah. Some people could do it for low metabolism because it's tough to feed these dogs nowadays because, you know, they eat this, they don't eat that. And then with Ivor, I never had that problem because if you put sand in Ivor plate, as long as it have a little flavor, boy eating that, you know. Yeah, that boy is a big boy too. But he just finished it. They ate a bit late today for their first meal, so yep. This boy, you know, I'm thinking like bipolar as the name I wanted to give him. BKC's bipolar. Polar bear. Okay, he's so huge. But if you have any suggestions, you know, feel free to comment, you know, for a name for this boy. Big boy. Okay, BKC, so this is the boy that we have a few people checking on, you know, so again, he was another one that was supposed to go overseas and he's back on the market. I think I mentioned that in my video last. And I haven't been posting much to let you guys know exactly what's available, what's not available. So he's back on the market. So just this week alone, just in the last 3 days actually, I had at least 6 people check me for him. So everybody just trying to get their funds together. So yeah. Another thing with me, guys, is that sometimes you have to be realistic as a breeder. It's not because everybody making money on this or everybody doing this. I mean, people don't make money on this, you know. I'll be straightforward with you. Most people end up lowering their prices, lowering their prices until they don't, like when you see the amount, it's nothing, you know. So that's why I'm choosing this time for me to kick back and recalibrate, you know. You have to be honest with yourself. It's not always about making money. Sometimes the market is just not the right market, and it's better for you to just kick back, downsize, and recalibrate, you know. So I'm gonna show you the boy everybody behind. The reason I didn't keep him instead for the replacement is because he's a black male and I already have access to Cartoon, who's their older brother from the first litter. Yeah, this boy is actually the second biggest dog, or maybe the biggest one. It's between him and Bipolar. That's your boy Picasso. You see how his hair standing? When you get hairs like that, it's actually a good thing because right about where it have the cutoff where it's standing, that's actually where you want the cartilage to hold up high, you know, for you to get a nice crop. So when you crop these hairs, you get a nice crop and you get a nice, it stands from the beginning, you know, so you don't necessarily have to post it up. Him and the female keeper has that, like the two of them have it, you know. So with Bipolar, I might have to crop him a little shorter, but this boy, you can get a nice crop. Yeah, nice eyes on that boy as well. Yeah. Yeah, boy look like a leopard. Yeah, I only show him for the guys that already interested, you know, so that way you can see what we're working with. My boy Picasso, look at the size of them by me. So 7 weeks going into 8 weeks.